Egan Fowler. I'm an artist teacher at the Royal Grammar School, and I suppose TICE has been something that I've been anxious to get going in school for several years, and I haven't regretted having TICE on board. TICE is one of our partners now, and I was looking at some of the documentation for how we help other schools, and the TICE logo was on the back of that, along with all of our other partners, and I'm really, really proud of that, to have brought that to our school. I love working with Jen and Meg and all of the other amazing tutors, and I love that partnership between the university and school. I think it's quite rare for students, especially this young, to be able to see what a university's like, and I think they have ideas in their heads of what it's like, but to actually invite us along on a day where students are working quite naturally, and for us to interrupt them and watch them, as well as doing our wonderful workshops, was a real, I think, a privilege, but something that will last, I think. And the people who are young entrepreneurs that we've met, who are mentors, that sends a real signal that if you're a young person, you have the power to be able to make a difference. And I think the university courses perhaps give them the tools as well as TICE. TICE gives you the flavour of what you could get if you pursue perhaps mentorship, or you pursue a course at a higher level than school. So I think it's hugely important for sowing the seed of ambition in our young people from the region. It's been extraordinary, really, because we're not in the driving seat. It is them, and they have used what they're used to, which is the screen. A lot of the activities have been about, perhaps the 14-day one was about their own wardrobes. So, and also connecting with that idea about anti-fast fashion, and I think this really gives them something practical to think about and do. And also, I think connecting with TikTok, connecting with the kinds of media that they're used to, that they are experts in and I am not. So it's lovely being taught almost, so your teacher role becomes as an observer, observing the young person working through these different challenges, and they're loving every single one of them. I think the deadline thing was really interesting, as those were the times when we saw the students most, when they were saying, oh, the deadline's tomorrow, I just need to do these last things. And then you got a glimpse on their screens of what they were doing, and it was like, whoa, that is amazing, well, you've done that on your own. So yes, I suppose it's kind of given us as a department a flavour of what you can do if you just like the blue touch paper, because off they'll go. And the support, I think, has been amazing from TICE. So I don't think we could do that in school. We don't have the expertise here. You do. And also I get the feeling from every single student that they felt supported by you, and that they were literally challenges. So every deadline was a challenge, timekeeping, all of those things that we couldn't really help them with because they were working at home. So it's all of those insights, I think, into how much the students can get done if they concentrate, if they work at home, if they use their time wisely. So it's been marvellous. Yeah, we've definitely seen a tangible change in confidence in all of the students, and that's happened every year with our TICE students. I could virtually pick out the TICE students. They have this inner confidence. It's like, yeah, I've worked with, well, they are saying, I've worked with people in the outside world and it was great. And I'm going to bring that confidence back into school. And I think that there is a tangible change in them during the programme and definitely after the programme. And I think the fact that they've sat here and said to you on camera that they feel they've changed as people as well. I think asking young people this age, at year 10, year 9 as well, to do an interview to camera and cope with it so well, I think that's a testament to TICE, it really is. So I think it's independent learning, that's the big one. And I've been listening to what some of the students have said and the idea of the research as well. So they now feel very much empowered by learning really and see the research that is a possibility for whatever projects or subjects they take on in later life. But they've got a strategy that they enjoy doing as well and they feel empowered by. And I think the way that you've structured TICE, it's small challenges, there's a drip feed of things, but actually when they are able to view the whole project, you can see how far they've actually come and they can see that too. And I think, you know, for students going into A-levels, as some of these students are, then it's very empowering that they can see that they can do anything as long as they kind of move it into smaller chunks or get some mentoring or talk to each other. A lot of the students talked about this, working in small groups or asking each other, or working with other schools and seeing their approaches during the workshops, or using this mentoring that has been so valuable to them. And I suppose as a teacher I see them bringing in their new skills, so their skills about talking into the camera, skills about using different ideas in different ways, and bringing what they know from their media savviness into the workplace really, and for it to be valued by you. All of the mentors are always hugely positive and hugely energetic in your responses to our students' work, and they've loved that, absolutely loved it. There's a sense of them as an individual and somebody with huge potential, and I think they feel that. And to bring that back into school, it sends wonderful waves of positivity into the whole cohort, so it's really valuable. So the CPD, I've been around the block a few times and quite often the CPD sessions that we have to go to are about frankly kind of boring things, but we have to do them, and we have to know a lot about the law and about all of those kinds of things. These CPD sessions were marvellous, really, really beautifully planned, wonderfully well structured, hands-on, which is great. The tutors were just inspirational and a really good laugh, which you don't often get on a CPD, I have to tell you. And I came away with skills, I came away with inspiration, I came away with a kind of, a sense of affirmation of me as a teacher and my role being very valuable. Also, myself as a learner, that learning can be fun and CPD can be fun. It's given me a thirst to go back to uni as well, I think. And I think every teacher should have that. If you've got any power, try and get the artist teacher scheme back again. Because I think teachers and unis should be working together. We should know what the next stage is. We should, know each other as well. and schools shouldn't be afraid of connecting with universities with TICE, because there's so much potential in that connection, in bridging your life as a teacher with a lecturer's life, and your life as a learner with how the students might view this project as well. I would suggest that, as all my students have said, go for it. As a teacher, it's wonderful for you to go to the workshops and observe the students as learners in a completely new environment. And you do get a different idea of what amazing potential they have. It's lovely being in the university environment as a teacher, because you feel like, oh my goodness, I remember this and I want to go back. So your love of learning develops as well. And I think just the projects that you give the students, they're so refreshing, they're so on trend, as Jen would say, and they're so well thought out, well planned, and they're so innovative that filters back into your teaching as a teacher as well.